So we're into how to change text and font, and we're going to begin with 2 lines of font. I'm just going to click, and I'm going to use all the caps to make this simple. Myriad Pro is generally the default text. I'm going to hold Shift as I enlarge that, make sure my spelling is correct. I can go in and search out other types of font that I might think are bolder, maybe something more interesting, and allows me to do more. A really important thing to see is that my text is horizontal and my document really is vertical. So I'm going to go into and click off the text with the selection tool and go into document setup. Here I'm going to edit my artboard into a landscape. And again, just click off on the selection tool is an easy way to do this. One of the things I want to do is bring Artiz over on this side of this is the text box. In order to do that and align that, one of the things I'm going to do is go into this open text and just double click it, and you can see it's active now. I can highlight this text now, and I should be able to pull open my paragraph. And it's also up in my control panel, but I want you to see where many things are different, right? Here's a panel for it. It's also up here. And what I want to do is pull my text to the right. So that allowed me to do that. And this text is aligned, if I want, to the left. So I have a left and a right aligned. And this, as I then click off of it, one of the things that I'm going to do is notice that if I now drag my box, that the text follows along. Double click again, it does something like that. So just so you know, kind of you are in a text box area. So as you change the text now, it will actually change the text box. So one of the things I might do is increase the scale of that text. And I want it to be kind of over the top of that. And then I'm asking myself right now if I really want it to be perhaps left aligned. You can also have it be centered. So within the text box, that's what's going on right now. And again, I'm going into character, which again is window and type and character if your panel's not up. And again, here I can see all the different types of fonts, as well as if I go into character. And if it's not there, there's arrows here. So arrow down, you'll get a lot more. And maybe increase the width of, or decrease the width. So there's all these options in here. The spacing between these letters is called leading, and I can go in and actually really decrease as I select both of these lines of text. I can decrease. So I'm kind of setting myself up for the next move. So here's an overlap, and if I do just a little bit more, maybe I want the type to be kind of surrounded. So I'm going to pause here and go, okay. And one of the things I'm going to do now is actually create outlines out of my text so I can manipulate them further. So to do that, I'm going to go to type and I'm going to go to create outlines. And as I zoom in here, you'll notice then that each of these letters has, if I select it, each of these letters has handles. It has these points, and so I can go in and actually manipulate each of these. I'm just going to focus on these end two, and one of the things that I can do is kind of select some of that letter and then drag it up. I'm going to hold Shift. It would scale it up as well, but I just want to heighten it. So I'm dragging it straight up. And it might be confusing, but I'm just kind of playing around with the text here. Again, just take my direct selection tools, and I can select the letters, the portions of the letters I want to increase. Go to my selection tool and then drag those straight up. And it does tell me there's smart guides on right now. It's showing me it's aligned with the other side. And so that is actually in your view. If your smart guides are not checked, it does help to know when your letters are in alignment. So if I lower it, now it's in alignment with the actual text. So again, I might want to do that with these letters. So again, as I select those areas, as I bring it down, you'll notice it will tell me when it's in alignment with the A. And so now I might even go in and select certain text to color. And in order to do that again, I can't really just select, it selects all of the text. So I'm using my direct selection tool here a lot and just going to drag around Art Is. And I can go ahead in and colorize that. I can even add a stroke weight to that. So maybe something really bold. And if I wanted to increase that stroke weight, there is a panel for strokes. So I'm going to pull up in stroke, and I can then increase the weight of that. And so there is, right now, my altered text. The last thing I might do is select it all and make sure it's aligned to the artboard. So one of the things, again, that I might do is align. So, and in this case, I want to align it to the artboard, and I want it centered, and I want it centered. Or just a little bit up, because we know there's visual weight. So there we go. And then I'm going to file, I'm going to save as. I'm going to save this as an AI document. So again, and my name, and save it. And then you're also going to export this as a JPEG. So you can export as a PNG as well. I can even select just the text, not even the artboard. And if I go to File, Export Selection, it's going to actually give me an asset, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I'm going to go into Export, Export As, and we're going to not use the artboard because I really just want the text. And so I'm going to export it as a PNG. And what's cool is this screen comes up, and I can choose if I want it to be printed, perhaps, and if I want a white or a transparent background. And I can go OK, and now I can use that PNG even in my emails or whatever. So text to the next level.